Hey guys, welcome to another episode of CoogsTalk. I'm your host for today, Onyi, and this is
Lynden.
and
Brady.
and we're going to be talking about WNBA finals. But before we do that, what's y'all song of the day?
A little surprise question.
That is a surprise
Yeah,
question.
A little bit.
I'm gonna go with Amen by Drake.
Okay. What about you?
I'm going to copy you and go with Miss Me by Drake.
Okay. I'm
What's
a
your
little
favorite song?
outnumbered. Okay, my song of the day is Brainstorming by Mac Miller. That is my song of the day today. So go look those up, guys.
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and get into it. So my first question for you guys is going to be, if you had to pick one player to build your franchise around right now, okay, who gives you the better option long-term upside? We're going to start with you.
Long term, so far Wilson has put up a great career. She's
Okay.
four-time MVP, seven-time
Understandable.
All-Star, two-time champion, and three-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
She's a great athlete
Yeah, she
on
is.
on the court. So I'm putting her as my favorite.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I have to agree. Asia Wilson is obviously, and real quick before I say this, shout out to Caitlin Clark.
Oh.
She's
Yeah.
amazing. But Asia Wilson is the face of the WNBA. Like you said, 4-time MVP, 2-time champ, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. She's a dog as a dog can get.
Yeah.
She is amazing. So I'd go with Asia personally.
Yeah, I get that. I see that. She is probably one of the best right now. So I get that. Y'all got a good pick. Okay. Next question we're gonna ask is gonna be: Phoenix got hot and knocked off by Minnesota and New York. Okay, it was crazy. This was to reach the finals. So do you think their path gives them more momentum than Las Vegas, or who had more expectations?
I personally think that Phoenix had an amazing route to the WNBA finals. I think it was very competitive, but coming off of the time of recording, last night's game between the Aces and the Fever, the overtime win the Aces pulled over the Indiana Fever was arguably my favorite game of the playoffs. It was an intense ending. I believe the final score was a 6-point differential between the two teams,
Yeah.
as well as an overtime victory. So me personally, I think coming off an overtime win, the Aces have a lot of momentum going into the finals. I believe they start with home court advantage for game one of the finals.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to carry that momentum from their win over the Fever into game one of the finals.
Yeah. What about you?
I think that too, but the Aces also do have way more experience than the Mercuries. The Aces have more vets to their team compared to the Mercuries.
Right. But does experience really, guarantee betterness?
it doesn't guarantee it, but it puts them in a better situation if the stress is on the line, if they get nervous or anything.
Yeah.
They're used to it. They've been here before, so they know how to react under that type of pressure.
Right.
I think you see a lot of, playoff experienced teams get the better of inexperienced teams. Like, for example, in the NBA, you had the Houston Rockets as the 2 seed play against the 7 seed Golden State Warriors in the playoffs the previous year. And despite being a better team, in my opinion, the Rockets, they were the better team, they ended up losing in 7 just because of the Warriors' sheer playoff experience and dominance. And I think that's kind of what you're going to see here from the Aces, especially against the Mercury.
Right.
Yeah. My only concern would be with their age. They are a little bit older, so if they were to get injured, they wouldn't be able to bounce back as
Yeah.
quickly as the Mercuries might be able to. That's my only one concern with that.
Las Vegas has won multiple titles recently. Does a loss in this finals tarnish the dynasty more than a win further cements it? How do y'all feel about that? Starting with you.
I think that a loss for the Aces in this finals, despite it being unlikely, in my opinion, I think it's going to be more so along the lines of when the Warriors lost to the Cavs in 2016. It'd be a big upset, in my opinion, but you look at the 2010s, and that's kind of Curry's era. You don't take away that 2016 loss from his legacy, and I don't think you would take this loss away from Asia's legacy if she were to lose, which I don't think she will, personally.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree with that. I feel like in this, or for the team that the Aces have right now, you can't really, blame so much of a loss on them because they still have put up great careers.
Right.
And for them to lose in the finals, yes, it would be upsetting, but you still can't take away from what they have built for a team.
So this is the first WNBA finals using a best-of-7 format. Do you think that change favors the deeper team or the team with the star player? Starting with you.
Honestly, I think it favors the Mercury's more because they're a younger crowd, or they're a younger team, so
Right.
they're gonna be, I guess, less injury prone and have more energy towards it. They're gonna hit fatigue a whole lot less than the Aces would, because the Aces are a majority older team. They're used to this 5-game format, so it will be a switch up for them more than it would be a switch up for the Mercury's.
Right, 100%.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, I mean, younger roster, you're less injury prone, like you said. You're not going to experience fatigue as more. But I think the only way to kind of circumvent like fatigue and all these injuries is for the Aces to handle business.
Yeah.
Try to knock them out in 5 games or so. But I think you made a good point about the Mercury, benefiting from this change to a 7-game series.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So, speaking of the final, if the finals were decided today and you had to name a finals MVP candidate, who gets your vote? We're going to start with you.
Y'all know who I've been talking about this whole episode. Y'all know my GOAT of the WNBA as of right now, A'ja Wilson,
Right.
my 2025 Finals MVP. She's gonna average 30. That's really all I have to say.
You're predicting it.
I'm predicting it.
Okay.
Honestly, I can't argue with them. Yeah, she's the GOAT of their team. She's gonna carry the team. She's a vet.
Mm-hmm.
She's put up great stats previously, and all the other teams have had trouble guarding her this whole time. So, I guess who's the other argument to go for MVP?
I mean, on the Mercury side, if they do win, I suppose Alyssa Thomas would be a good name to mention.
Yeah.
I apologize for my bias here, but I just see it could be a situation where, if the Mercury do win, could be like a Jerry West situation where A'ja wins Finals MVP despite being on the losing team.
Yeah.
And really, coming off a MVP season into the postseason, I don't see any world where she doesn't not carry that dominance into the finals.
100%, yeah. I see that a lot. A lot of people do have a lot of favoritism towards Wilson. So I think if people were to vote on this, she would win. She got it. She's got it. So yeah, she's an amazing player for sure. So best clutch player left in the finals, Wilson or Thomas? Your go.
I'm gonna go Wilson.
Wilson. What have you done?
I will say, if we're talking about clutch gene here, we have to kind of give Thomas the nod because in the game 4 comeback against the Minnesota Lynx, she had 23 points and 10 assists in that game.
Yeah.
And she's really been kind of the catalyst of this Mercury offense, leading them to their finals appearance this year. And I think that she has that clutch gene. So, late in the 4th quarter, I'd keep an eye out for her for sure.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This is CoogsTalk. My name is Onyi. This is
Lynden.
And
Brady.
please tune in next time. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.